Hello. Calm. Relaxed before the undefeated Protege, James Gallagher, Ricky Bandejas, showed little emotion. Similarly to how Rose Namajunas retained her composure versus a ruthless striking genius. Here, Ricky didn't let the words seep into his mind. Just look at the man's eyes. You can tell that his amygdala hasn't spiked the flight or fight response. As social creatures, our ability to feel another's fear is intuitive to our condition. Even those who suffer from autism, when given a little direction, can sense anger, fear, anxiety, the spike in cortisol associated with these emotions. But with Ricky, he's just calm. Thus, when it came to his game, he was relaxed, fluid with what he had to do. If you've ever given a speech, nervous, you know how easy it is to forget everything you have practiced or even stumble over the words placed right in front of you. There is a very real physical response when subjected to anger or fear, but not taking the bait and holding confidence in his game, over and over, Ricky found his timing. Catching the low kick, it almost looks casual as to how Ricky took advantage of the off-balance Gallagher. Pair that with the smaller gloves, it was difficult for James to find an answer. As James inches in, Ricky peels the lead, and notice how James closes his eyes the moment that peel made contact. Flinch. He did not see the cross incoming. I remember Joe Rogan once saying a long time ago that the sidekick was a very underutilized tool. There is definitely a novelty to the technique, bread and butter to one of the highest level strikers in the world, Stephen Thompson. Here, notice Gallagher's fixation up high. It was the novelty of the technique in mixed martial arts which took advantage of a psychological blind spot. One of those techniques that work very well by surprise up until the opponent catches on. James lowered his hands to defend, but the relaxed snap made its way through nonetheless. Notice how Ricky's body leans back as a fulcrum, increasing the kick's power. Connection. James didn't know what to expect up until it was too late. Notice how even now, Ricky is calm, prepared for James's ground game. Sprawling the instant he sees James react off muscle memory. From here, the undefeated Protege is too concussed to continue. The mass of civilized society has always been against this sort of behavior. Thus, when a hero steps forward to slay the dragon, you feel a real sense of satisfaction in the comment section. But I'd like to ask you a question. Why were these bouts so exciting in the first place? It initiated with the discomfort these people made us feel. Stepping outside the box of civilized behavior, we do not wish the rest of society to behave the same way. Thus, when someone comes along and silences that noise, all that tension building up has finally been released. What expanded has now contracted, thus like the piece that sits over a good training session or workout. Any conflict really. This story helps us feel the same. Satisfaction. But without the peaks and troughs, no story would ever be exciting. There is no good story that did not, at some point, evoke a sense of discomfort. It has always been the dragon which led birth to the hero. The reverse does not exist unless the hero himself was a monster all the same. Understanding this, let's now consider what these individuals are risking. If these feelings of arrogance are genuine, if at some point one were to lose, a person doesn't just lose a bout. You don't just have the whole world pointing and laughing. Beyond that, you lose a belief structure fueling your motivation, falling into a depressive state, trying to sort out that cognitive dissonance. If one truly believes their hype, the risk of not being invincible, that truth may crush who they are at their very core. That dark truth is why we feel so uncomfortable seeing displays of arrogance. Because it's not that we cannot see that capacity in others. Far beyond that, we cannot see it in ourselves. Having to go through the dread of our beliefs caving in on us, being lost in that darkness, it takes a level of consistency if you can imagine bearing. But it is as Muhammad Ali had said, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. That level of belief is what sets apart the winners from the losers. It's not that the winner never failed. More so than that, they are willing to step across the chasm where failure exists in hopes they may grow into a new paradigm of being. That level of belief is what's always set apart the winners from the losers. The bigger the chasm of risk, the more exciting the story, the greater the reward. That is the difference between staying where you are versus growing into a new paradigm. Understanding this, what I've shared is not just a philosophy of arrogance and self-belief. Beyond that, it encompasses that of a good story. To that end, whether you're on the side of the humble hero or maybe even the dragon, if you understand this wisdom, I implore you to show gratitude to both. For sure, the hero has always been the one who has brought about peace, but the dragon is what makes that peace feel meaningful. Thank you. Ricky Bandejas, and James Gallagher for this lesson. Mind Smasher started a gaming philosophy channel. I'll leave a link to it down below if you'd be interested in that sort of thing. Life advice. If you'd like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.